Okay, on Tuesday, Hindenburg Research announced they are launching a bounty program to get information on Tether. And they've offered up $1 million. Yes, on Tuesday, October 19th, the short-selling research firm tweeted the following. We have doubts about the legitimacy of Tether. So today, we announce the Hindenburg Tether Bounty Program, a reward of up to $1 million for details on Tether's backing. Hindenburg Research is offering the bounty because they want to, quote, help advance the public's knowledge of what it believes is a growing threat to investors by encouraging disclosures related to a crucial part of the crypto markets, which are nearing systemic size, according to the announcement on their website. Remember, Hindenburg is the short seller who broke the Nikola short report, and they were DMing us and talking to us when we had the Nikola founder on the program. They're similar to Scorpion Capital, who we just covered, and Tether initially claimed it was a stablecoin, as you know, and that it was one-to-one backed by the US dollar. However, then Tether admitted that the coin was only backed by a small, tiny amount of cash and traditional currency, and a significant amount of the backing consisted of holdings of commercial paper, which are loans, and they wouldn't name the parties, and they might be in China or international, who knows, but Tether has a $70 billion market cap. That's kind of, I think, going sideways. It stopped growing, which is probably a good thing because $70 billion is a big hole if it were to collapse or, half of it were to go away. And they've never done an audit or provided basic transparency, despite the fact that they say that. In response to Hindenburg's announcement, Tether followed up with a meme and an official statement, and Hindenburg called them out. Hindenburg's tweet reads, in response to our calls for basic transparency, Tether issued a cartoon, called us cynical, and suggested that releasing more information on its backing may discredit itself. So this is one of the rules I have about fraud. Anytime people who are involved in a fraud, and we don't know if Tether's a fraud yet, but my God, the different sanctions and fines are starting to mount, and the buzz is obviously troubling, and them responding in this way is a red flag. When Elizabeth Holmes and Theranos were accused of wrongdoing, what did they do? They attacked a journalist, John Carreyrou, from the Wall Street Journal, who's award-winning and whose research and whose reporting is, by all accounts and by all of my observations, bulletproof and extraordinary. And so when you attack the messenger, in this case, Hindenburg, in previous cases, they attacked Bloomberg, I believe, Financial Times, myself, Bitfinex. I mean, they just attack anybody who puts up any kind of a question, a reasonable question to them. That is a sign that instead of just saying, hey, that's a reasonable question, here's the answer, they attack them. That's a sign that somebody has something to hide. It's just a classic sociopathic liar behavior. Now, we don't know if Tether's lying, but they have been accused of that based on their fines. Here's the quote. The stunt from Hindenburg Research is a pathetic bid for attention while others are making real change and building wealth and results. So again, just obscurifying and attacking the messenger. They are attempting to discredit not just Tether, but an entire movement. Thankfully, everyone sees through their opportunism as Bitcoin approaches another all-time high. And so basically what Tether is doing is trying to build a whole us versus them mentality. They're trying to build a group of people and trying to rally Bitcoin when it hits a high to defend Tether. And so we still have never heard from the CEO. Where is the CEO? We invited the CEO of Tether on the program. We invited the CEO of USDC, Jeremy Allaire, on the program. He was on the program. What? Just yesterday? Did a great job. Explained everything. He said they're going to move to dollar for dollar. They're not going to try to make this big float on the dollars, and that they're going to be public soon. Like, they're super, super regulated, and here in the United States, and obviously Tether is banned from operating in New York, and they just had another huge fine. The Tether investigation continues on This Week in Tether. We've had a great time going down the rabbit hole with this company. Is it possible that they're just misunderstood by the Attorney General, Canada's regulation boards, and their recent $41 million fine, and Hindenburg Research, and the Financial Times, and Bloomberg? Yeah, sure. It's possible Tether is completely misunderstood and on the up and up. But my Lord, when I see this many red flags, I just think, where is the Department of Justice? Where is the SEC on this? I mean, they should be forced, these stable coins, to have an audit level that is higher than anything else out there. Why? These stable coins are replacing the US dollar. They're designed to replace the US dollar. If they're replacing the US dollar in people's, trading and bank accounts and how they're doing commerce in the world, this better be on the up and up. I mean, they've basically created their own currency and people are using it as a replacement for the US dollar. It should be regulated and arguably should be taxed, and it should be audited. It should have the highest level of scrutiny, not the lowest. It should be run by the most serious and the most ethical and by founders and CEOs who will go to jail if they don't do it properly. Jeremy Allaire kind of understood that. He's like, yeah, we're going to go to jail basically if we don't do this right. Well, I think if the Tether CEO is, with Logan Roy in Croatia or wherever he went on the first episode of Secession on Sunday, I'm wondering if the Tether executives are currently in a place where they don't extradite people. I'm wondering. And Ripple, that's another one, XRP, don't get me started. If you listen to Twist often, you've heard me talk about Odoo's suite of business apps a lot, and they are sweet. Well, they're going to give you your first app free forever and $1,000 off your implementation pack at odoo.com/twist, odoo.com/TWIST. And here is why Odoo is amazing for startups. Their suite of business apps helps you run your entire company on one platform, and they'll streamline the workflows by bringing all your information together, eliminating annoying, repetitive tasks like entering data across multiple platforms. Plus, if you only need 2 or 3 apps to optimize your workflow at your startup, well, that's all you'll pay for. They're not going to charge you for apps you don't use. Of course not. And Odoo offers 30 main apps that are going to get almost everything in your organization done, plus 16,000 apps from their open source community for those niche applications that might be unique to your business. Their apps include bookkeeping, sales, CRM, website builders, and more. So here is your CTA, the old call to action. Again, your first app is free forever, and Odoo is offering $1,000 right now on your first implementation pack. Get that credit right now before it's gone. odoo.com/twist.